Welcome back to another episode of the Highly Anticipated Podcast. I'm your host Josh Raphael. Got with me Tyler and Will.
Here we are.
How y'all doing? That's what I need to know.
It's a
How
great day,
y'all doing,
man.
man?
Day
I'm
by
excited
day,
for the
Is
day
day.
by day.
Got some stuff to get
Is
on my
it though?
chest. Oh yeah, for sure.
Man, I don't even know where to start. I mean, Suns unfortunately lost to the Nuggets. I mean, that was you guys' pick to win the finals, right? Or like I could be tripping, like,
That's
or
correct.
what's it? Oh, okay.
Correct.
I just wanted to like kind of air that out real quick. And I believe I might be mistaken again. I believe the Lakers won
They
after.
did win. Props to
Didn't
the
you
Lakers.
say Warriors in 7? Will I could have swore you've been harping.
I
that.
sure did.
Okay.
And if I had the chance, I'd do it all again. I don't regret nothing.
I
I
mean,
don't regret nothing. I stand
it's
on it.
okay. I mean,
Let's
if
get
you
into
can
it.
go 0
Let's
for
get
2.
into
That's
it.
not no problem.
Let's get into it, please. Let's get
You
into
can
it.
go over 2, but I mean, yeah, you're right. Let's get into it.
Let's
It's
get
a
into
great
it.
day
Let's get into
for
it. Let's get
Lakers
into it.
fans, LeBron
Here we
fans.
go.
Tough day for Sun fans. Tough week.
Let's get into it.
But yeah, I mean, let's just start off with the Suns. Let's start off with that. I'm gonna start with you, Ty. What do you say the main reason is for the Suns' loss?
You can say a lot of stuff. The whole playoffs, because I feel like with Kawhi and them hurting, I don't want to say all, like Kawhi was hurting the first and the second game, but like we still should have. It shouldn't have even been 5 games if Monty, the former coach of the Suns, knew how to rotate people like that. It happened in the same thing with the Nuggets. Like, why did it take till game 3 for Terrence Ross to get playing time? Why did it take for game 3 for TJ Warren to get playing time? And I was like, y'all, they need to play him. They need to play him. And it was the bench. And then we probably have, if not the softest center, the softest NBA player in the league.
Correct.
DeAndre
Big
Ayton,
facts.
you probably ain't gonna never see this, but I'm calling your manhood out, bro. You just can't let another dude just like.
Mhm.
Just every Jokic. Jokic did not have one bad game. At least when he played Giannis had like maybe 2 bad games. Jokic didn't have one, bro. Not one. And then you're not even doing it on offense. So, in my opinion, it's 2 factors. Well, I ain't even gonna count the third one because we prepared for Chris Paul to get hurt. So that's like 2B or 3. So the first 2 is coaching and really just interior defense. Like the paint was sweet the whole series, and definitely in game 6. So I'd say it was coaching and I'd say coaching / rotations and DeAndre Ayton / paint defense.
How about you, Will?
Well, I'm gonna just go out here and say it before Josh come out here, and he gonna want to. Y'all know he gonna want to jump and blame Kevin.
I didn't even say anything. You didn't even know what I was gonna say.
I'm gonna start there. Say obviously as the 2 best players on that team, as well as I think Kevin Durant is still the best player in the world. I stand on it. That's my favorite player. That's just what it is. He has to take some responsibility for the way he played, obviously. But I still finna listen. Y'all not finna not. Hey, that okay? Let me
I didn't
relax.
say anything.
Let
I'm
me
just
relax.
laughing.
Let me
I didn't say nothing.
That's my favorite player. I'm always stand on that. But like I said, as those 2 being the leaders of that team, they have to take some responsibility for the way that they played, especially towards the end. But if I'm going to say the bulk, I have to give them some responsibility. But if we're talking about the bulk of the reason why the Suns lost that series, I'm going to have to go with Tyler and start off 100% with coaching. There was actually absolutely no game plan whatsoever. 0 game plan.
Exactly.
Offensively or defensively. There wasn't a set. I didn't see one set the entire series. There was nothing. There was no ball movement. It was stagnant. There was seemed to be no adjustment to what the defense was doing. It was ISO ball. It was bad. It was let's just hope they double Kevin or double D Book and swing and see what we can do out of it. That's it. Nothing to get them flowing. Nothing. 0. Defensively, Jesus, I don't even know Bro, that elimination game, it looked like the Nuggets were literally, it looked like a camp versus counselors versus camp kids type game, bro.
Yeah, that
The
looked
way they
terrible.
were just effortlessly running offense against them. It was atrocious. They were making them look silly. It was like there was no communication on the floor. Back cuts, slips to the basket. They just letting them pass here and there, wide open looks. Bro, it was horrendous. And
Just
Monty just
easy
over there in that nice sweater vest, just sitting over there looking around like, ooh,
scratching their head.
hey, hope Kevin and KD can save us out of this. Like, bro, former coach. So former for a reason. All right. Bye bye, Monty. Monty, I had a lot of respect for you prior to this. You got worse, bro. So you gotta go. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Good luck to you on your endeavors. Okay. Do that someplace else. And then second, I'm gonna say supporting cast. Any successful team, period, once playoff runs come, you need to have a supporting cast. The Suns had 0 supporting cast from obviously CP3, CP30, whatever. He always hurt. DeAndre Ayton was by far the worst starter in the playoffs. Soft as heck, couldn't rebound, couldn't run the floor, getting torched on defense, couldn't hedge a screen to save his life, couldn't rebound. I mean, couldn't. The list goes on. He was horrible. And then bench production, which I do think Monty's rotations had a little bit to do with that, especially early. Just throughout the playoffs in general, not even specifically that series, but like you said, Tyler, in the series versus the Clippers. But bench production, besides that game where Landry went off, but I mean, basically non-existent. I mean, the games that they did won, I think it was game 4 when they tied it up. I think D-Book had 36, KD had 36, and the only other person in double digits was Landry. I mean, that'll get you a dub, but it's not sustainable. So you gotta have help. All the other teams, Denver have a supporting cast. Lakers, they got a supporting cast. Heat, supporting cast. Celtics, supporting cast. Every other team that's still around has a supporting cast. Okay, it's not gonna be able to. If you don't get it, you're going home. Now you're in Cancun. So yeah. So obviously, like I said, KD and D-Book have to take some blame, but they are not the bulk. I want to make that clear. They are not the bulk of the problem. And so they have to take some responsibility, and I'm going to give them some responsibility, but they are not the reason that they lost. So let's just put that in mind before Josh go. And I just sense that he's going to want to put a little more blame on KD than there should be. But I'm gonna let you talk because I don't know what you're gonna say yet. I'm not gonna jump to conclusion, but that's what I feel like that's what we're gearing up to. I don't know. I could be wrong, Tyler, but I don't. Is it?
You're not wrong.
That's what I feel. I feel like that's
crazy.
what's about to happen. So if you want to say that, that's fine. But I'm not sure how much of the game you would have actually watched if that's the conclusion that you drew from this. So go ahead.
A lot of the game.
Okay, well, I just want to make sure. Okay, I just want to make
Stayed
sure.
up till 2 a.m. watching.
Listen, okay, I just want to make sure.
But
But what are your reasons? Yeah, what's your reasons?
Can I go? Or
Please.
I mean,
No,
I mean,
go,
I could let y'all talk all day. I mean, this is just a joy.
Please
go. I mean, first, I really kind of want to ask y'all another question because going off what you both said, and Will, you're 100% right. You know, they don't have a supporting cast. You know, every other team has a supporting cast. And, you know, I kind of remember telling you guys this earlier. I told you guys they don't have a bench and that ISO ball is not going to work. And you guys kept riding with it. I get that's your favorite team. That's your favorite player. And you guys kept riding with it, kept saying Suns this, Suns going to win, Suns that. But if now you're telling me they don't have a supporting cast, they don't have this and that, why did you guys not see that before when you're saying the Suns were going to win the championship? Or were you guys just saying that?
Yeah, go ahead,
I'm saying, were you guys just saying that in the sense because that's your favorite team, or like genuinely believe that they were going to win the championship? That's what I'm asking.
Tyler.
All right. Has Terrence Ross had a 50-point game? Right. We agree. He's had a 50-point game, right?
When he has, he probably has.
He definitely has.
Okay.
TJ Warren has had a 50-ball game, right? Too, right?
Okay. All right.
That's two people who can score the basketball.
Okay.
You saying they ain't got no bench? Well, they ain't got no bench if they're not on the court. It's not
Thank
the fact that
you.
they don't have a bench.
Thank
They're not
you.
playing.
Thank
You-
you.
So
Terrence Ross
Let him
is doing the
finish,
same-
please. Let him
The
finish.
first 3 games, Terrence
Y'all
Ross is doing the
about
same
to-
thing
I'm
we're doing
about
right
to
now.
crazy.
Sitting just like this. If you can't play the 2 people who get the most buckets off your bench, you're not going to get no points. So
Correct.
it's not the fact that they didn't have it; they didn't use it. It was just there. So I'm like, if I was Terrence Ross, I'd have been pissed. How you sign me for the 2 score in the playoffs and you don't play me, but you play Landry Shamet? I'm telling you, him and Monty need to be investigated. I think something going on with them 2 because ain't no
Something
way in hell.
Got to.
Ain't no way in hell he getting minutes. And I done said this multiple times, and I'm still gonna say it. There's no way in hell Landry Shamet should be getting minutes over Terrence Ross. Like,
Okay.
and it ain't the fact that Shamet can't shoot. He's streaky as hell. Like the game after he went crazy, he had what 3 points. You might as well just put Terrence Ross in. I at least know Terrence Ross' shot gonna be pretty when it
Give
go
you some
up.
more length on the floor.
Right, like
You
come
can
on.
guard just as
Neither
well, if
one of
not
them can play
better.
defense, so it ain't like defense is a factor. So
And on
can't
top of
say-
that, and Tyler, that was a great point that you made. On top of that, when we talk about supporting cast doesn't also just mean bench. It means the players surrounding your 2-star players. Obviously, CP3 is not there, and I didn't expect DeAndre Ayton to have an overwhelming great performance while he was out there. But at least the minimum I expected was to give playoff-like effort.
Right.
That was the bare minimum that we expected, which he showed throughout all games. I mean, I don't understand at his height, at his size, how you don't have a game where you have 10 rebounds. How?
But the
Like
thing
that,
is, he was playing good when they played them. What was it, 2021? Now I know they didn't have what's the name, Murray and Porter Jr., but bro, you still got to guard the MVP. He was.
And I know offensively, you're not getting the looks that you want. You're not getting the
Right.
touches that you want. But even the touches that he did get, the dump offs that he got, he
Terrible.
wasn't aggressive at all. He didn't even look to score. I don't know if he know a drop step or what, or a hook shot, barely, whatever. He didn't even look to score. And even if you're not involved offensively, that should never affect your effort overall.
Right,
And he gave zero effort. When we talking supporting cast, nobody expected going in, even you who may not be a Suns fan, expecting them to have like this level of like just trash from the bench, as well as just like the other players.
I told you guys
surrounding
that their
AD.
supporting cast wasn't enough. I told you that over and over and over again.
But
And
I get it.
can't
You're
be
saying
enough-
Terrence.
you're not
I get it.
getting
You're
a-
saying
if you're not
Terrence
getting a
Ross and
score.
TJ Warren. I get what you're saying. Terrence Ross and TJ Warren did not play as much as they should. But that personally, to me, I do not think that would have made an overwhelming difference. Would it have helped? Yeah, but don't lie about the fact when Shamet hit like 4 threes in one game, you weren't complaining about that when he led
That
y'all
was
to a
one
victory. in
game.
that
One game.
It doesn't
That's
matter,
one
but that doesn't
game.
matter. You're sitting here coming on here like shit. The thing is about Shamet, the reason why I personally understand why he plays more than both of them. Honestly, Terrence Ross could play a little more because he can shoot. But TJ Warren's the type of player, he's not really a catch and shoot player. When he was dropped his little 50 points you were talking about, it was strictly him going one-on-one. And he does
That's
not fit.
fine.
Let me finish. I let y'all talk. I let y'all talk. I didn't cut y'all off once. TJ Warren is not that type of player. Alongside Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, they don't need players that have to have the ball in their hands. They need players that can catch and shoot. Terrence Ross, I'll give you that. He's a good catch and shoot. Decent catch and shoot, but in the sense of when you just need straight players that can just catch and shoot, you're going to put Landry Shamet over Terrence Ross. I don't care what you say. Landry Shamet is a better shooter than him. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. In terms of defensively, Terrence Ross may help on the defensive side because of his length, but you're not going to sit here and be like, man, a big reason that we're losing is because Terrence Ross and TJ Warren didn't play. I don't want to hear that. I'm sorry. At the end of the day, let me finish.
Not the
Bro,
only
let me
reason.
finish. I
But
let
you
y'all
gotta
talk.
say what
I
we
let y'all
said.
talk for
We didn't say
12
that was the
minutes.
only
I let y'all
reason.
talk for 12 minutes. Let me
You didn't
talk.
say that
I
was
let
all,
you
but you're
talk.
repeating what
I
we
did not
didn't
cut you
say.
off once. Did I cut you off one time? I didn't cut you off
Did-
one time.
Okay, but you
I didn't cut
repeating
you
what
both
we
off
didn't say.
one time. I
Okay,
let y'all
go,
talk for
go,
12
go.
minutes.
But you repeating
No,
what we
because
didn't say.
let me talk. Because when I said, oh, I'm asking why y'all rolled out with it, the first thing Tyler said was Terrence Ross and TJ Warren didn't play because whatever he didn't play his supporting cast. That's
gave
the
an
first thing he
example.
said. Can I? You see, you keep interrupting me. At the end of the day, one thing I'm gonna agree with y'all, Monty. Yes, Monty didn't change the scheme at all. He deserves, honestly, if I had to put like in terms of percentage, he probably deserves like 55% of the blame because of the fact, huh?
70.
I said 70.
Hell no.
70.
Get out of here,
Hell
bro.
no.
They earned
70.
55% of the blame because at the end of the day, oh my god. Because at the end of the day, as much as they don't have no supporting, and it's crazy because I can't even really like D-Book went out there, did his thing. KD, even though he was a bit streaky, he went out there, did his thing. But at the end of the day, you cannot put all that on Monty Williams. You want to know why? And I don't even mean to bring up Braun. I really didn't even want to do that. But let's be real here. When Braun had dog teams, terrible coaching, win, lose, or draw, if they lost that game, it was on LeBron James. Yes or no? I don't give me that look, Tyler. Be real. In 2018, when them boys lost to the Warriors,
I don't know what he's talking about.
In 2018, when them boys lost to the Warriors, who was the blame on? I just want, bro, because now you guys are not being real. You're not being real.
Is that the team where he had Kyle Korver and all them on the poster? Is that what you're bringing up?
I'm asking.
LeBron's. Is that what you're talking about?
In LeBron's career, win, lose, or draw, you could have said it's Kyle Korver. Sure, whatever. If you want to go with that, win, lose, or draw, whatever.
Is that the series you're talking about?
Sure. If you want to go off that, I'm going in terms of career-wise.
He was the only player on that. Like, you can't even.
I'm asking, bro. Listen, because I'm comparing. I am saying because of the fact that Kevin Durant and Devin Booker were sharing that load in terms of what LeBron James was doing in that series. They literally, without the Suns, them boys are not even. Without them, the Suns aren't even in contention. I will give them the fact Devin Booker and Kevin Durant carried the load on that team. They did. They carried the load on that team. So when I'm saying, because you're sitting here saying, man, we got to give it all to Monty. But when I'm bringing up
give it all.
Let me, bro. Oh my god.
You said give it all.
I'm just saying. No, 70% is more than 70%. Is almost 3/4 of the blame. At the end of the day, the players still got to go out there and perform.
Correct.
At the end of the day, you want to talk about freaking like, bro, I don't even like. This is like the fact that y'all really sitting here giving Monty all of the, like a majority of the blame is crazy to me. It's really crazy to me. Kevin Durant shot 12 for 31 in one game. The last game he started 1 for 10 at halftime, and you're one to sit there and talk about some Monty. Monty's not going out there making them miss those shots.
Probably outside of the elimination game is probably the only.
That's one of the games that matter the most. What are you talking about?
I understand that, but even then, I'm still giving Monty a significant portion of the blame. I'm not saying nobody's negating them of any responsibility, but you can't sit up here and say
55 Monty for me, 45 Monty for KD and D-Book combined. Because at the end of the day, the players still got to go out there and perform. Whenever one of the top players in the league lose, it's on them. It is on them. At the end of the day, it doesn't, really bro.
An elimination game was the one game,
and that's the game that that's the game they needed to win.
But you can't.
That's the game that they needed to win.
But you can't play.
Kevin Durant had like 3 bad shooting nights. What if we're being for real?
What do you consider bad?
He shot like 12 for 30 one game. He shot like the other thing. He was like 14 for 32.
Is low 40s the worst? Is low 40s the worst thing in the world?
Come on, bro. Because if you're sitting here saying that 12 for 31 is not a bad shooting percentage, you're on crack. You're on crack. You're on crack. At the end of the day, bro, Monty deserves most of the blame. Yes, I can agree with that. But you guys are sitting here trying to be like Devin Booker and Kevin Durant don't deserve at least close to the blame. They are the best 2 players on the team.
They do deserve the blame.
Can I go now?
Go ahead.
They're the best 2 players on the team. Go. That is crazy to me. They're the best 2 players on the team.
How are you going to blame Devin Booker when he literally broke multiple records during the whole playoffs? So that's out the picture.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter because when LeBron James, let me finish. Actually, no, because I'm happy you said that. When LeBron James dropped 50 points, in Game 1 in 2018, they could blame LeBron James for passing the ball to George Hill. I don't want to hear that. No, I'm tired of that. You guys keep trying to negate the blame. When LeBron James lost in 2018 in Game 1 and he dropped 50 points, they blamed him for passing the ball to George Hill. And you're talking about some records? When you're the best player, it doesn't matter. When you are the best player, in the team, at the end of the day, win, lose, or draw, it's on you. That's just how it is for all the other players in the league. And Embiid is getting crucified right now. Granted, he didn't play good, but he's the best player on the team. When the best players don't play good, even if the coaches, it's on the best player. We all know that, as messed up as it is, and we all know that.
Whenever you're ready to go to the next one,
Go.
I'll talk then. No, I'm done talking about it because I can't even finish.
Go. Bro, I let y'all talk for 12 minutes, and y'all sit here cut me off like 3 times.
You can't have some. You can't say. Hey,
y'all cut me off like 4 times. I let y'all talk for 12 minutes straight. I looked at the clock.
You just contradicted yourself. You can't tell me not to talk, or you can't tell me to let you talk, and then you cut me off. I'll talk when we finish. When we go to the next one.
Go. Whatever y'all want to say, go. Because y'all contradicting yourselves. I already knew y'all was going to do that.
Will, did he not just say, hey, don't cut me off. Don't cut me off. Don't cut me off.
You cut me off like 4 times.
Huh?
Go.
I'm done talking. Until we move on, I'm not talking.
I'm done talking. I'm done talking. I'm done talking. Go. You gotta say what you gotta say. Say it. Don't hold on to it now. Say it.
I've been trying to. You keep
then
cutting
say
me off.
it.
Until
Go.
you want to go on, I'm not
go.
No more.
Say it.
They lost. They play like shit.
Say it.
Nobody
Because they lost. Now you don't want to talk about it. Go.
They keep cutting me off.
Then go.
Chris Paul was hurt, nigga. The bench is not playing. KD shot like shit for 2 games. It's that simple. I'm not putting no blame on Devin Booker when he averaged almost 40 points in the series. What the hell? Come on, like, what are we doing? You can't put all the blame on one dude for one bad shooting night. And you're saying it's not Monty. You're not watching from the regular season to the playoffs. It's completely different with his coaching. From the regular season to the playoffs, he doesn't make adjustments. When somebody makes adjustments on him, he's out there.
So if Monty,
it's not Monty.
I have a question though. I have a question. So if Monty's 55 and KD and D Book is 45, what is the supporting cast? What is their blame? 0? Because that math's not mathing.
Because there's no way you're blaming Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. That don't even make sense to me.
That math isn't mathing. What blame do you give the supporting cast? I'm just curious.
Like, come on.
From what it sounds like, it's 0. It sounds like you're saying they shouldn't. That didn't.
And you're saying it's not. And you're saying it's the bench, right? How are you going to say it's
like
when Monty is not you?
You can answer now. Like what portion of the blame?
You can't blame the bench when they're not playing. They're doing the same thing me and you doing right now, sitting in a chair. They're not doing nothing, but you can't blame. Like, come on.
Okay,
it's Monty. Monty is the one that says, Terrence, get in the game. TJ Warren, get in the game. Landry, get in the game. He's not saying
let's let him answer.
I'm not talking. Finish what y'all saying. I'm not talking. Finish.
What portion?
Finish. I'm not saying. I'm not answering.
I'm asking you a question.
I'm not answering
a conversation.
Nothing. Finish
so
what you know. Finish. I know what I want to say already.
Finishing.
Okay, I'll say. Finish.
What portion of the blame do you put on the supporting
because I'm gonna go on something else. So finish. Go.
What portion of the blame?
I guess we're gonna sit here.
So you're not gonna answer the question.
Finish. Go, bro.
I'm trying to by asking you a question. So what portion of the blame? You said that Monty was 55%. KD and Book have to hold the 45. So that math equals 100, which leaves no room for the supporting cast. So I'm saying, what portion of the blame? Maybe you messed up or something. What portion of the blame do you give to the supporting cast as to the reason why they lost? That's what I'm asking. If any, you may just say.
So from what I'm understanding, from what you guys have been spewing, like from what I've understood, because this is because I gotta say this to Tyler real quick. But was the supporting cast great? No, but at the end of the day, I don't think you guys understand where I'm coming from. That's why I'm like, I feel like there's like a big miscommunication here, and that maybe it's because in terms of like how we rank great players, maybe that's why I guess Tyler is getting so defensive about Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. I literally started off when I was saying, I even started off and said they wouldn't have been anywhere without Kevin Durant and D Booker. I started off and said that. I said that. But that's not. But you didn't hear that though. You didn't hear that. So you didn't hear that part.
So I'm curious.
Because the thing is, go. Say what you gonna say. Well,
I'm curious because if the Lakers went to a game 7,
yes.
Who's, let's just say hypothetically they lose.
Yes.
Who are you putting the blame on?
We know who's getting the blame, and
I didn't know
LeBron James and AD. LeBron James and AD will be on the front of every single tweet, every single thing, and they will be getting a lion's share of the blame.
Who are you putting the blame on?
Whenever LeBron and AD play bad, I blame either one of them. If they don't play up to the standards that we know that they can play, I blame either one of them because at the end of the day, the team goes as far as them. My question for you actually is Kevin Durant to you is the best player in the world, right? In your eyes, right? He's the best player in the world, right?
Oh, not at this very present time.
You started off even saying I said that he's the best player in the world.
From a fan perspective, he's the best player in the world. I don't think he's
this is what
literally the best player in the world as of right now.
Okay, this is what I want y'all to understand where I'm coming from. I'm not in no means saying Kevin Durant, Devin Booker are not good players. They are bad. No, because like I said before, before I started talking, I said Kevin Durant and Devin Booker carried the Suns. But I guess that just keeps getting missed. I guess between you guys, I don't understand.
Well,
and then
it wasn't
when
always like that, but
the thing is, when I sit here and say they deserve a share of the blame, it depends on how do you view these players. Are they considered the best players in the league? In your eye? In my eyes, they are.
Yes.
In your eyes, are they considered
we gave them a hefty share? We gave them a hefty share of the blame.
Okay, in your opinion, you said 70, and that's fine. That's your opinion. In my opinion, because maybe the thing is that's funny. I'm actually saying that because of the fact of how much I respect Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. Because of how great they are, I expect, and you could say I'm lying. Well, I said they were going to make it to the conference finals. That's how much confidence I had in them.
But they still put up numbers.
I didn't. The thing is, I still said the thing is at the end of the day, the team goes as far as they go. I understand Monty. They got to fix defensive schemes. I get that.
Put up whatever amount, they probably still would have fell short.
Win, lose, or draw. If they win, the credit goes to KD and D Book. Correct? At the end of the day, no matter what happens, the credit goes to them. No matter what happens.
Incorrect. Or you don't just give the credit to the. You don't just give the credit to the best players on the team. Win, lose, or draw. Are you going to give Bron the credit for the game that Lonnie had 14 in the?
I'm asking you. Each of these games, each of the games the Suns won. Are you giving credit to someone else? This series, the series that they just lost.
No, because those specific games, the only
Landry Shamet came up one game and had 4-5 threes, so you can say the same thing.
Only other person in double digits.
But that's the same thing. The same thing you're comparing to Lonnie Walker situation. Landry Shamet came in and hit very timely, like three straight threes.
I'm saying the star players are responsible for the dub if they play as star players. If I don't automatically give them the props just because they won. You said win, lose, or draw. D-Book and Kevin are going to be responsible
in terms of this series. I should have worded that better. In terms of this series, they were going as far as them boys went.
Obviously.
So that's what I still feel like it's like a dysfunction at the end of the day. Like when we look at great players, like MJ, right? And this is crazy. Like MJ is one of the greatest players of all time, arguably the greatest player of all time. I think dude was by himself. I forgot what year it was before Pippen came. Dude was averaging 40. When they lost, his team he didn't have the team that he needed, but it was still on him at the end of the day because he's the best player that in their generation. He's the best player almost ever. So you go as far as that player takes you.
Can put a portion of
I think I'm not sure who said if you got to go drop 80, go drop 80. That's
you can put a portion of it on.
That's what I said, but that's what I said.
Say it's on them. You can't just say it's on.
I said 55 Monty, 45. If you want to even take it off, say whatever 30, and you want to give you a little percent, but they're going to get the second most. Kevin Durant
45 to.
Because your team shouldn't be reliant on your bench at the end of the day. Like if Kevin Durant and Devin Booker are as good as they are, they can be able to carry the load.
Whoa! Time.
Yes, say it. Go. Because I already know what you're about to say. Go. Say it. I already know what you're about to say. Go.
Time.
I already know what you're about to say. Go.
What team that's still here isn't relying on their bench contribution? What team that's still in the playoff isn't relying on their bench contribution?
But their best, at least one of their best players comes and performs every single game. It doesn't matter. Because if Anthony Davis does, let me finish talking.
What team is not relying on their bench contribution?
Tell me what team. Tell me what team that their star. Tell me what team that at least one of their star players hasn't shown up along with the bench. At least tell me one team where the bench carries that team, and both their star players play like dog dirt. Tell me.
Bro, newsflash.
Tell me, I'm asking. God damn. See, now you don't answer the question. Tell me one team that this postseason that's got carried strictly by their bench and both their star players have played
nobody's bench is like single-handedly carrying them besides the Lakers. I mean, if Lonnie doesn't have 14 in the fourth quarter, they don't win that game. So that's one example.
So I can say the same thing about Landry hitting 4 threes to make y'all go on like an 18-2 run.
Then you would be supporting my argument because they needed that bench contribution.
But you're not.
You said the star players shouldn't be relying on their bench contribution.
Because star players come to play when the lights shine bright at the end of the day.
It doesn't matter.
Every game, Anthony Davis did not show up to perform. The Lakers lost.
Oh,
look it up.
My goodness.
Look it up.
Gracious.
Look it up. That's a fact.
Even star players
you need the bench. Oh my God. You need the bench. Yes. But at the end of the day, the team goes as far as the star players go. You need the bench. Yes. But at the end of the day, the team goes as far as the star players go.
You can't make a claim.
We're done off this. We're done off this. We gotta move on.
You literally made the statement and said that star players should not be relying on the bench.
Because the team goes as far as the star players.
You can't make a playoff run without having a bench contribution.
So to a certain degree,
you don't get it. Because to a certain degree, you still have to rely on your bench contribution.
Oh my God, yes, you do. But at the end of the day, the team goes as far as the team goes as far as the star players go. It starts with the star. When did I come
rely somewhat on your bench contribution?
But at the end of the day, when I say rely, I'm not saying rely entirely. You're making it seem like you have to rely entirely on the bench.
Nobody relies entirely on their bench.
That's okay. Then that's where the miscommunication is.
But their bench contribution is a huge part.
Yes, it is. But the team still goes as far as the star player goes. You need a bench to make a deep playoff run, but the team goes as far as the star player goes. Is that a fact or no?
Bro, obviously, as a star
player. Okay, then let's move on. All right, let's move on. We've been on this talk for 30 minutes. Let's move on, bro. Let's move on. Let's move on to something else about the Suns because y'all already knew how y'all was gonna take it. It's fine, y'all boys in Cancun. It's cool. It's whatever.
Bro. Only
y'all boys in Cancun. Matter of fact, y'all boys in Cancun. It's cool. You said the boys making the finals. They didn't make it. It's cool.
Like
it's fine. It ain't no. It's cool. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Just like you said, the boys gonna make the finals. Don't worry about it. Just like you said, the Warriors was gonna be. Just like you said, the Warriors was gonna be the Lakers. Don't worry about it. It's cool. It is what it is. Y'all boys out of there. Try again next year. That boy KD 2 straight years lost before the whatever conference finals. Don't want to hear nothing about him. D Book, great player. Well, I was about to say something, but I ain't gonna say it. I was about to say something. Let's go to Ja. Let's start talking about Ja right now. Let's start talking about Ja right now. Let's start talking about Ja.
I don't know why we're jumping to Ja so
Let's just talk about Ja right now because let's just take a break off the Lakers because it's gonna get heated clearly. So let's talk about Ja.
We just want to talk facts. That's all.
I mean, you can talk facts as much as you want from Cancun. Anyway, can I go to Ja? Can we go to Ja?
I just want to talk facts.
That's fine. Can we go to Ja? All right. Will Ja's actions get him out the league? We'll start with you, Tyler. How about that?
He's just gonna get suspended. He dumb as hell. His friends dumb as hell. It ain't even. I don't even like Will said. I don't even want to waste my time talking about this because this ain't the first time. Like, why do you have to show you have a gun? It's pointless. Like, and then if the police fuck around and a shooting happened with that gun and they read the serial number, now he in jail. So it ain't even. I ain't even finna waste my long breath on talking about him. Stay on the basketball court. That's it. If I was his dad, you don't go nowhere but practice at home, just like high school. Practice home. That's it. You don't even go to the club. Bro. He need a chaperone. He need a chaperone. Somebody get him a older white dude to follow him around everywhere he go. That's it. You ain't even finna waste my time talking about him.
Say his pops. Grown. That's a grown man.
What about you, Will?
Kane looks like a grown man right now. He like a little ass kid.
Yeah. First time around, obviously it was like, all right, Jai, you made a mistake, bro. Everybody makes mistakes. I didn't really like the media statement that he released the first time, kind of insinuating that he somewhat had a quote unquote problem, and that this was a mental health issue and that he needed help. And as serious as mental health is, uh, and it as important it is like a important topic that it is, that decision. I don't want to jump on a limb here and just assume that he might not be going through anything with his mental or this, that, and the third. But to me, that comes down to just being stupid. And this second time definitely confirms to me that first time was just him not thinking, getting caught up in a moment, being stupid. Because the second time, that's exactly what he did. He caught up in a moment and he just being stupid. This had nothing to do with him needing help or him going through stuff. Like, bro, you have everything to lose. Literally. You have everything to lose. You got endorsements, you got new deals, you got a signature line. You're basically one of the faces of the league at this point. You're the face of your franchise. You got 200 plus mil guaranteed, and you willing to risk it all because young boy dropped a new album, bro, and you want to flash like, come on, man. Like it's like bro, like it's disappointing, but it's almost comical at this point. And I'm not gonna say I've never had been in a position where I've had 200 plus mil and had all of the things that he has. So I don't know what it's like to be in his shoes for even a second. So I can't say what I would have done. But the little that I do got right now, I'm afraid to lose to that degree. Let alone if I had all of that stuff, like, and you got your family behind you. Like, this man got an entire estate with him, his fam on the property. Like, bro, you big chilling. Like, you got it all, bro. That's basically what it is. It's just like disappointing because it feels like, bro, you got it all. And even if he is going through stuff behind the scenes, at the end of the day, like I said, you have everything to lose. And the people around you, whoever you're with, however much they got, it's not as much as you. And so I don't know if he needs to. I don't know. Obviously, like people say, he need to change his circle, whatever it is. I don't even know if this is a situation where that's the case. Because Buddy was on IG Live, he flashed the junk and he put that phone down so fast.
So
Like,
fast.
hey, bro, like what you doing? Like, and that's what if I was in a whip with him, I would have been like, Brody, what are you doing? Like, so I mean, it's frustrating at this point. I don't think this is going to get him out the league, but I think he's going to suffer a hefty suspension now because one thing about the league is they don't play about their players and they don't play about their image,
Mhm.
and they are not finna for nobody. They don't care who it is, especially Ja. As much money as he is, excuse me, is one of the faces of the league. They are not about to sacrifice their image or have a negative reputation or outlook on the whole NBA brand because a one-star player want to flash guns. They'll shut all of that down real fast, and that's what I expect them to do, to teach him a lesson. Hopefully this time he learns. I would really prefer not like your prototypical PR statement. I want like a real statement from Ja being like, bro, I'm tweaking. I don't want to hear him going to no rehab. Just man up to it, bro, and and learn. That's it. That's all I can say.
I don't think he's gonna get out the league of it, because of it, because of just, I mean, how talented a player he is. I don't really have much to say because it's just kind of crazy. I mean, you worth $200 million and like you already got an incident with this, and like, I mean, his friend, it's like his friend showed it, and as soon as he saw what dude was doing, moved the camera. So clearly, he was probably like, "Yo, what are you doing?" And so it's like, I mean, as much as I'm like, damn, I mean, is it his surroundings at this point? I'm like, bro, is it him? Like, are you just tripping? Because it's just like there's certain things you just don't do. I mean, you want to have a gun, cool. No one's telling you can't have a gun. It's your right
Mhm.
at the end of the day. But I mean, you know that you're an image. You're, an idol for a lot of, I mean, young basketball players out there. And it's like, I mean, we don't want to be watching young basketball players run around listening to Young Boy hoping with a strap in their waistband. So I don't think we want to be seeing that. So it's like I think he needs to realize that. I mean, he's young. I mean, he's what, 23. So I mean, I understand. He still wants to live his young lifestyle, but you can do that. Just, bro, don't put that on IG Live, man. Like, you could have your own personal life and nobody will know. I mean, if you got to sit down and have a talk with your boys and like, look, we just don't record stuff no more. Cool. Just be careful. Don't go out there and get shot. That's what I can mostly say about that. But no, I don't think he's gonna get him out the league. I just think he just needs a little wake up call. I don't know if his dad got to sit down with him, but I don't know. His dad act like he 24 too, so I don't know. But I mean,
And Stephen A said something earlier. He said, like, bro, with all the fame that you have with the 200 plus million, what position are you even in right now where you feel like you scared for your life, where you need to ride around with this
boy in the
scrap,
trenches, bro.
like for like why are you even why do you
That boy in the
Crazy.
trenches. He
Believe
probably
it
ride
or-
around the trenches for the thrill.
Believe it or not, bro, like I feel like every professional athlete carries a gun. But you got to
Yeah,
think about it,
facts.
bro. Like they be wearing 10 times what we all three of us got on our neck.
That's true, bro.
People
But
be
if you
trying to
that
snatch.
spook, you got the bread. You
10
could get
times,
body. You can get
100 times,
bodyguards. You can get
That's
whoever,
true.
bro.
But
200
I mean,
times.
I understand that too. But even if I still had a bodyguard, I would. If I was a professional athlete, I would definitely still be strapped because anything can happen, bro. But I'm not saying he should have flashed it, but I do not blame him for carrying no gun, especially
No.
Oh,
Not
yeah, you
blaming him.
can't
Not
blame
blaming him at
him
all, bro.
for that. You can't
That's what
blame
I'm
him for
saying.
that.
So like, you can't. But he
That's
should not be
that's your
flashing.
right. It's not, bro. That's the thing. It's not the gun that's the problem. It's the stupidity of like,
Yeah, for
bro,
sure.
what? Why are you flashing that? Why are you flaunting that junk? Like,
Yeah. No, that's
And the
fine.
thing is, Buddy only had like 100 and some people in there. Somebody screen recorded the hell out of that.
It was praying on his downfall.
Oh me, that's John. Oh yep, click.
yep, got him. Got him again. Suspended. How you get suspended in the offseason is wild. You don't even now. You can't even like.
Can't do nothing. He don't care. He probably finna go drink some Casamigos.
Tyus Jones probably geeked up right now. He's setting himself up to get paid.
Oh me.
Yeah.
They said
But-
after getting suspended and missing all the time at the end of the year, they said he lost out on 30 mil on not making an All NBA team because I'm pretty sure he would have made.
Yep.
He would have played.
That's
Yeah.
probably light compared to what he might be sacrificing now, depending on what.
That's gonna be another what 60 because he's gonna miss hella time next year.
Word.
They're gonna
he's
suspend him
tripping.
for a good at least 30 games.
I'm just hoping they don't take anything away, like sponsorships or whatever. But
Oh, that Nike signature line gone.
he gotta learn. I don't know if it's gone, but they might sit it for a minute. They might be like, all right, bro, tighten up. They ain't drop Kyrie to pick up Ja for him to be playing these games. They could have kept.
That's what I was gonna say. I know
They could have
Nike
kept
is-
Kai.
Yeah.
I was like, I was just. let me not even get into that.
But yeah, kind of moving on to like the East a little bit. I mean, the Celtics just handle the 76ers, and I mean, does it just brings up a question. Like, is Joel Embid like reliable in the postseason or like
Great.
I mean, because I mean it's kind of I'm gonna let you go. Will go. Is Joel Embid reliable in the postseason?
The answer is absolutely no. He's absolutely not. And I'm not gonna say I'm glad, and I hate to bring everything full circle to back to Kevin Durant. I hate to do that. But I was thinking today after the game, why is it that KD gets so much slander? Why is it that this superstar in particular gets so much slander? Because I can tell you right now, this is the MVP of the year. This is the MVP. He's not going to get half as much slander as you can go put your head whichever way you want. I can guarantee he's not going to get half as much slander as KD. And he's proven over. Let me go because I wanted to bring some notes today. Become prepared because I'm so sick of this.
And
Joel
when you're done,
Embiid,
I can answer your question why he gets the slander. But finish.
Thank you. I have an inkling of what you might say, but I have a rebuttal for that too.
Okay.
2019, okay, Embiid loses in the conference semis to Toronto in 7. In which the last
you
four
like going
series,
in and out the screen.
my fault, bro. I'm in the rocking chair. If y'all could, I'm not
yeah.
the camera down. All right. 2019, he loses in the conference semis to Toronto. The last 4 games of that series, they lost in 7. He averaged 15 points a game, shooting 36% from the field. In that elimination game, he shot 6 for 18, 1 from 6 from 3, and they lost the game. 2020. What happens again? They get, Tyler, what? Can I have you?
Can I add something to that Toronto series?
Please go.
This is funny. Marc Gasol held him to a goose egg in one of them games. That's all I'm gonna say. If LeBron, KD, Steph Curry, any of them had a goose egg in any playoff game, close out first game, I don't care. They would be canceled. And y'all keep. You know what? We'll finish. I'll go after you. I'm sorry. I was finna.
I listen, because I want to go there too. No, I get it because I don't understand. The standard is not. It's not level. It's not fair, and I don't understand that yet. So people don't know. That's why I want to present them with this information in case they're forgetting. Why? 2020, they get swept by the Celtics. Okay, swept. Now, obviously, KD got swept too as well by the Celtics, but I felt like he received a lot more slander than Embiid. Swept by the Celtics in that elimination game. He went 8 for 18, 1 for 5 from 3. Okay. He ended with whatever 30 and 10, really inefficient, more like empty numbers. Didn't seem like it done much. They got swept anyway, so it didn't matter. 2021. What do? They lose in the conference semis again to the Hawks. And this was a strange one because I don't think that year anybody had them losing to the Hawks, or not many.
Bad loss. Bad loss.
I didn't even. 2 games in that series that they lost to the Hawks. He went 4 for 20 and 9 for 25.
Dog, terrible.
Absolutely.
That's terrible.
In the basket, and now we don't even talk about John Collins.
No, I know. I can tell by the little Ebenezer Scrooge Grinch grin that where he's going. Last 2022, lost in the semis, in which the elimination game, he went 7 for 24 and 2 for 8 from 3.
That's terrible.
With 20 points.
That's terrible.
So I'm really confused at this point. Yeah. I know we're still on the topic of Joel Embid, but it frustrates me when other superstars, i.e. Kevin Durant, may not perform in one. It's not like he has a history of not performing in elimination games.
No, he's one of the greatest players. Well
not like he
actually.
Okay, don't start.
One of the greatest scorers.
It's not like he has greatest players. It's not like he has a history of not performing in elimination games.
Yeah, it's true.
But this specific elimination games, he drops the ball 100%. Yeah. Both him and Debo. He drops the ball. Tons of slander.
Just slander.
Joel Embid has been dropping the ball in elimination games for the past 4 years.
Yeah, he's been selling.
Or 5. Sorry. Selling the past 5 years.
Selling. I agree.
5 years.
I agree.
And doesn't get reprimanded, doesn't get the same amount of slander, doesn't get the same amount of disrespect.
I said Jokic low-key should have won MVP, but like we talked on the episode about that before.
But I'm not gonna go too much into that because it's.
But yeah,
I get off. I'll get off.
Good. Nah, I agree with you.
I'll get off on a tangent.
Please, Tyler, you can go. I'll go after.
Yes, sir. I've been saying this for years. Embiid is probably, we know what he's gonna do in the regular season. He's gonna get you your buckets. Average 28 to 30 somewhere game. 10 rebounds, 2 blocks, blah blah blah. When they come to them playoffs, out of all the superstars, Joel might be I don't want to say the worst, but it getting them playoffs, I don't know what's up with him. And the thing is, y'all moved the bar for all these I honestly think it's just the foreign players. I don't know why. Because Giannis just got beat in the first round.
But talk about it.
Damn, and I ain't gonna say I ain't
talk about it.
Hold up.
Please.
I ain't gonna say I ain't here.
Talk about it, Tyler. Please. Talk about it.
And Josh, I'm gonna help you out with this too. If Brian get beat by AC, if KD got beat by AC, if Curry got beat by AC, boom, for
headlines
weeks everywhere. So,
but Giannis can make one statement. Giannis can lose in the first round and say, "I didn't fail. This is steps to success," and the whole world applauds him.
Right,
the whole world applauds
Giannis, I hate to tell you that. It's a failure. You're
You
not going
failed,
from,
buddy.
you won the title 2 years ago and had the 1 seed last year and this year, and you lose in the first round. You failed. I don't care. And I don't want to hear, this was hurt. The Heat were hurt too. It just is. So y'all got to stop moving the ball for these. I honestly think it's just the foreign players. Because when Kyrie came into Dallas, what'd y'all do? When Luka and them was losing, who they blame? Kyrie. The only player who they ain't got to blame yet, and they messed up nothing is Jokic. And honestly, if we're being realistic, out of all the MVP or out of Jokic's 2 MVPs, he should have had this one. I don't know how you average a triple-double and you the first seed and you don't win the MVP. That don't make no sense. But we got a dude who been crying about the MVP for the past 3 years, have his best season, and this is why the MVP needs to be given out after the year. You can't tell me Embiid was going to win the MVP if they would have finished it throughout the playoffs. There's no way. And if you say yes, you're lying or you're a Sixers fan.
I agree.
So they need to stop.
Philly fans are delusional. I know.
Right.
I'm MPA. I'm surrounded by
Eagles and the Sixers.
All of them.
They crazy. So you can't sit here and tell me they don't move the bar for these foreign players, because I've been saying this for a minute, and it is Giannis getting beaten in the first round, and Embiid, Lord, he played like dog today, boy. It was
absolute dog.
And I know it's 4 years ago, but you let Marc Gasol hold you to a goose egg in a game. I think it was game 5 or 6. There's no way.
Yeah,
that's like, come on, bro. And then he crying, and no, I'm not trying to see that. You was crying and you still losing in the playoffs before the conference final. He got to figure something out. And then it came out. We need to play. Other players need to play better, bro. Tobias Harris had more points than you today, and that's terrible because Tobias Harris ain't did nothing. So, and hey, Harden get the blame too. We know how Harden is in the playoffs though, but that's why I never really saw the Sixers being no title contenders with them two in the playoffs, because they both Harden had 9 points. Oh my god. That's all I'm saying. I just don't know why they move the bar for these foreign players, and I'm getting tired.
I think they just move the bar for superstars in general. I think the bar is just constantly moves.
But
I wouldn't even say I go as far as to say it's not even just foreign players. I think it's just superstars in general. It seems like the bar is.
Can I answer that?
Please, yes.
And it's crazy because I'm really about to gas up Kevin Durant.
Thanks.
The reason why the bar is so moved, and I get why you're saying, Embiid, Giannis, it's moved. It's moved for Curry, Bron, and KD, because those are players that we consider are some of the greatest players in NBA history. They are. At the end of the day, Kevin Durant, the greatest scorer of all time. Steph Curry, the greatest shooter of all time. LeBron James, one of the greatest players of all time. So as much, and I'm going to agree with you, it's not really fair, but the standard is always going to be moved for those players on that upper echelon. Echelon. It's going to be moved for them. It just is. That's just how it is. Because at the end of the day, when you're considered one of the greatest at something, you're going to get a lion's share of the blame. We don't consider him. I've never said Embiid's the best big in history. I've never said it. So that's why for him, I'm not surprised he going in there doing that. I mean, he always be selling in the postseason. Should an MVP be selling like that? No, not at all. But at the end of the day, he's not on the likes of Hakeem. He's not on the likes of Shaq. He's not on the likes of any Wilt. He's not on the likes of those players. So that's why we're all right, whatever, cool. But if it's Braun, if it's KD, if it's Steph, they're going to get they're bums. Even though people extend it to that, it should never get put to the point where they're bums.
Exactly.
But people are going to be yeah, bro, it's because it's their fault. It's their fault that they lost. It's their fault because you're considered one of the greatest. That's like with Mike. When Mike lose, man, it's all Mike. Mike, this. And I'm not even going to be a hypocrite because I'm one of the, because, I'm pro Braun. So it's Mike is kind of his,
pro Braun.
You see,
sorry, my fault.
When MJ is kind of Braun's I guess you could say rival in a sense. So I brought up arguments Mike didn't win without this. But looking back at it, it's not really fair on Mike to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's Mike. You know what I mean? But those players get put in a different category. That's why I feel they get a lion's share to blame. Whereas Giannis saying
And
it's not a failure, even though it is a
understand that.
failure.
I understand that we're looking overall,
Mhm.
but in terms of, and I'll go specifically KD. Those players that those superstars that the bar kind of seems to get moved. Whether you're looking overall at like an overall body of work and saying that KD is one of the greatest players of all time. When we're talking about in season, most people, particularly this year, if they give you their top 5, they're going to give Curry. They're probably going to give Giannis. They're going to give Embiid. They probably say Jokic. Some might go Tatum. All before. These are all names I've heard before KD.
But it's still KD, fam.
I
It doesn't matter.
understand.
It's
I
still
understand
KD.
that. But if Luka, I'm sorry, I didn't even mention Luka.
It's still KD.
But I understand that when you're looking at an overall body work. But when,
Yes.
if you're gonna sit here and tell me that these players at this present time are better than him, then you have to hold them to the same standards and the same amount of criticism
I
and the
agree
same
to an
amount of
extent.
disrespect
Yes.
as those players.
Yes,
You
and I
can't-
agree
you
to an
can't-
extent.
Somebody can't scream from the mountaintops. Giannis is the best player in the world. He surpassed. I mean, these are just stuff, for example,
Yes.
that you said. Well, I'm not, like,
Giannis
saying
was the best player in the world before
he's
he
the best player in the world.
before he
surpassed
pooped
Kevin
the
Durant.
bed.
Luka
the first
is the
round.
best. Luka is one of the best players in the world. He's hooping.
Yes.
Jason Tatum should be could be a
Yes.
dark horse MVP candidate this year.
Yes.
All these things. But when Luka doesn't make the playoffs, his scrutiny seems to just get passed over. It's quiet.
Yes.
It's quiet.
Yes.
When Giannis loses in the first round, it's quiet. He gets applauded for some comments. When Steph Curry doesn't show up to perform in the elimination game, it's quiet. Why am I not hearing slam? Why am I not hearing
Steph gets slandered? Steph gets slandered.
Come on, man. I don't know.
Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Let's be real, guys. Come on. Steph gets slandered. Steph gets slandered.
You have
Steph Curry gets slandered.
You need to stop.
You cannot sit here this whole series against the Lakers. You cannot sit here and be like, bro, Steph Curry. Bro, people were literally saying that Kevin Durant carried Steph. People were literally saying after LeBron beat Steph this series.
Absolutely not.
Are you serious right now?
Absolutely not. Because the moment
people literally were saying that Steph, when LeBron just beat Steph this series just now, people were literally saying that Steph couldn't beat LeBron without KD. That was a thing.
Because the moment Kevin Durant lost, they said he can't win nothing without Curry.
That's what I was going to say.
It's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. It goes both ways for both of them. And at the end of the day, but you just made my point. You just made my point. You just made my point, though.
Are you sitting here and telling me that the amount of people that said Kevin Durant can't win without
Kevin Durant gets more of the scrutiny, but you can't say that Steph Curry doesn't get slandered?
Can I ask this question? Are you going to sit here and tell me that when Kevin Durant lost, that the same amount of people that said Kevin Durant can't win without Curry, hasn't done anything without Curry, hasn't achieved anything without Curry, that amount was the same as the amount of people
Curry still gets slandered.
So you make it seem like,
but you didn't say that though. You're saying that like the man. You said that Steph Curry doesn't get.
You just missed the entire thing. What I'm saying is that the bar switches. It shifts. It's not the same. I'm saying if you're going to say that these players are better than Kevin Durant, then you have to hold them to the same amount. If you're going to accredit this is how I know, because when KD loses, they accredit Steph Curry's skill by saying KD hasn't won anything without Curry. When Curry loses, they don't accredit Kevin Durant's impact. They instead shift it and give it to LeBron and say that just supports how great LeBron is because Curry can't win without KD. They don't attribute that to his impact. But when KD loses, they say that's because he ain't got Curry. Curry just too good. He can do anything. He led the team. But when Curry loses, they don't give the credit to KD for coming there.
Who would you say is the most slandered player in NBA history?
What?
Who would you say is the most slandered player in NBA history?
The most slandered player in NBA history.
One of the greatest players, like one of the best players in history, gets slandered the most.
hold up. You can't really like.
I'm asking a question. You see, I'm
No,
just
no.
asking a question.
But you can't. Media is different now. Like you can't. We didn't have
You
Twitter.
can-
I'm
hard to
asking
say
a
in-
all right. In
it's
our
hard to say
generation,
in
in our generation,
There
in
we
our
go.
generation, who was
in
one
our
of the
generation, the
who
most
was
slandered player, I would
Yes.
say easily Kevin Durant.
You could. I say KD, and it's only because
You
KD.
could
left
argue
OKC.
because
It's like
I'm still
Brown right
hearing
there.
slander to this day of him going to the Warriors. He can't live that
Braun
down.
still gets slandered today because of 2011 against the Mavs.
Bro, not to the level of Kevin Durant.
Jesus
Are
Christ.
you serious?
You don't. You're like.
You
Bro, we
have
must
been
be on
lost.
different. We must be on different social media. We
yo.
must be on
You
different
might-
social
It's
media.
close.
We
You
must
guys
be on
might
different
act like it
social
ain't
media.
close,
You
though.
might-
We must.
might-
It's not. I'm not saying it's a big gap, but he's making it seem like Kevin Durant is here and LeBron slander's there. No,
I'm
if
saying
anything,
it's not
they are
as
equal.
much.
If they are
No.
equal, if anything, they are equal.
It's
Kevin
not-
Durant,
It's
LeBron
not
gets
equal.
slandered on the daily. Are you serious right now?
You're telling me Braun gets slandered for losing to the Mavs
LeBron gets
just
slandered.
as much as KD gets slandered for going to the Warriors?
God!
That's what you're telling me?
Oh my God! This man's trying to say that Kevin Durant gets slandered more than LeBron James.
Josh,
LeBron is
You
38
just
years
gave the
old.
instance of
LeBron
him-
is 38 years old, completely out of
Josh.
his prime, has every excuse to just chill. This man gets, bro.
Oh my
You
God.
slandered LeBron James when he had a 20-20 game.
Josh,
You slandered LeBron. LeBron had 20
I
and
didn't-
20, and you literally came on. If he was on here or off the record, towards like, bro, everybody gets 20 and 20.
Bro,
he
I
didn't
didn't-
shoot the
nobody
ball
did-
well.
Bro,
He didn't
Don,
shoot the
Don,
ball
Don,
well.
Don,
I will
Don.
pull up the clip and I'll play
Nobody-
this video.
pull it
You
up.
literally
Please
was
find
like,
the receipt,
you were like,
bro.
you were literally
I'm
was like,
saying people
you
were
was literally
gassing-
just like, you were just
I'm
like, it's
saying
just
people
20
were
and 20.
gassing the
You were
20
like,
and
it's
20.
just
That's all I
20 and
said.
20. It's just
I
20
said
and
people
20.
were gassing the 20 and 20.
LeBron
That's
James
all
and
I
Kevin
said.
Durant are two of the most scrutinized and literally slandered players in the NBA. And the
Josh, but
reason
what you
why
just
they are
told me-
slandered the
hold
most
Josh,
is because they
what
are two
you
of the
just
greatest
told me-
players in the league.
Hold on.
What you just told me is that
All right, bro.
LeBron losing to the Mavs in
All
2011
right, bro.
gets slandered just as much as KD's move.
When
to
it
the Warriors.
happened, it did. Because of the
You
fact
are
KD's is
drunk
more
out of
fresh.
your- Hey,
You just
hey,
said
hey.
I'm gonna literally pull this clip up right now.
Hey,
When LeBron lost. No, be quiet. When LeBron lost in 2011 to the Mavericks, was he not slandered for years until he won a ring?
Didn't they win next year?
Was he still slandered even after he won that? Was LeBron James still slandered? When you bring up the GOAT debate, do people not bring up 2011 LeBron James losing to the Mavs? Yes or no?
Oh my!
Yes
goodness.
or no?
Bro,
Yes or no?
Crazy.
You guys are delusional, bro. This is actually crazy.
I ain't
I'm
say-
gonna
I ain't
clip
even say
this.
nothing yet.
I'm gonna
Damn.
clip this, and all that little whatever you're doing over there, putting your glasses on and off, you're gonna look like a clown because
Oh
you're
my
crazy
God.
to say
Bro,
that
you
whenever
look like a clown
they bring up the
telling me
GOAT,
that
whenever they bring
LeBron moved-
because it's fresher. It's fresher. That happened recently. LeBron happened years ago. It's fresher. Obviously, they're
No,
gonna do that.
still
And
did not
Kevin
get
Durant
slandered
and
to the
Kevin
same
Durant had
degree.
the
He did
reason
not
that
experience the
you want to
same
know
amount
why
of
it's not.
slander.
You want to know why it's not experienced to the same degree? Because Kevin Durant hasn't won a ring yet since he left the Warriors. The reason why people can't even
Bro,
scrutinize
he got
let me
slandered
talk.
for his move to the
You wanna
Warriors.
know-
Proceeded to win 2 rings in a row and win 2
With
Finals
who?
MVPs.
With who?
And still
With
got
who?
slandered. And
With
still
who?
got slandered.
But that's the point. The point is he couldn't
As
win
the
after
alpha dog.
he
As the
couldn't-
leading
he
scorer.
couldn't win after he left the Warriors. The reason why LeBron
Right,
James doesn't
give
really
context.
hear. You see,
Context
I'm gonna
is
let you
important.
finish. I'm gonna let you finish,
Give
and I'm gonna talk.
context.
I'm gonna let you finish.
Context is important.
I'm gonna let you
Remember,
finish, and then I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna talk.
Context is important.
Are you done?
Hold on, I gotta grab my charger real quick. Hold on. This is getting God.
Are you done? Or can I talk?
That's crazy. Yeah.
Are y'all done? Like, cause
Don't say y'all. I ain't even say nothing yet.
do you need to go, or do I need to finish what I was about to say?
But I definitely don't know. You're not gonna sit here and say you ain't gonna sit here and say KD
The reason, and that's the thing. You
Just
guys
let me-
today are not like listening, bro. Go, bro. You guys are like tripping today. You guys are bugging.
We both
Go.
got. Can I ask? How is it tripping
Go.
if we got opinions? That's literally an opinion.
Because
Like,
the
how can
fact,
you be
like,
tripping?
okay, no, because of the fact, like, you guys, I feel like you're not listening to what I'm saying.
I
you're
hear
not-
you.
you're trying-
I was alive
Okay,
when they
I'm gonna
both went
sit
to where they
here.
went.
All right, go.
Sit here.
Go,
I'm
go,
gonna
Ty,
just
go, Ty.
listen
Actually,
to
go,
what
Ty,
you
go,
say,
Ty.
And I'm
If Ty, you have
gonna
something to say, go. If you have something to say, go. Ty.
No, Will, go ahead, because I don't see it. You're making
No,
it
just
seem
say
like
your opinion. You're good.
you're making it seem like we're saying Brian ain't get slandered for going to Miami. Okay, Kevin Durant went to a team that beat him before.
Yes.
LeBron, the Heat weren't nothing before Brian went over there, right? Like,
Mhm.
do we all agree on that? They brought people in. KD went to the team that beat him in the playoffs. And you think he didn't get slandered more than Bron for going to Miami? Bron went to Miami and they were I don't know if they made the playoffs, but they were like 40 and 30 or something. Like you there's no way.
The thing is, Tyler, I'm with you.
You can't be biased about this.
I am with you, actually, because you know what's funny and why he's quiet? Because he's the one that when we talk about super teams that slandered Bron for going to Miami, even though he joined the Miami team that was bad the year before.
He started the idea of super teams. He created the idea of super teams. But that's on topic.
Okay,
that's not. But that's on topic.
That's on topic.
That's not.
I'm going off what you're saying. I'm going off what Tyler's saying. I'm going off what Tyler's saying. Tyler,
getting off topic.
I agree with you completely. That was my argument. Actually, when I used to bring up the GOAT debate, I used to be like, I get it. You're saying Bron started a super team, but he joined a team that wasn't even in a playoff contenders. Obviously, okay. Kevin Durant.
He didn't just join. There's a difference. He didn't just join. He created.
Tyler.
So you can't. That's a good argument though. But you bring in two. What's the name? D-Wade re-signed All-Star and Chris Bosh All-Star came over. It's still a super team, but the Warriors were definitely more of a super team in my opinion. Because you can't. Did they win the year before or whatever?
Getting excited. Hey, Tyler.
No, let Tyler finish. Let Tyler finish talking. Let Tyler finish talking.
He's trying to switch the narrative, bro.
Let Tyler finish talking.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Do not let him. Tyler. Don't let him lose this moment.
Let Tyler finish talking. Let Tyler finish talking.
Totally different argument.
Let Tyler finish talking.
You can't. But no. Bron wasn't slandered more for going to Miami than KD was for going. Because when KD came back to Oklahoma City, do you know the amount of security they had to have for him? Like, and I ain't saying they ain't had no security for Bron when he went back to Cleveland.
You know what, Tyler? You're right.
You can't sit here and say that.
Maybe I should have worded it differently and said that in terms of their career, because that's how I was looking at it in the grand scheme of things. They get slandered pretty much about the same. But for most of KD's LeBron was slandered his whole career, actually.
That's true.
KD didn't start getting slandered till he left OKC, if we're being for real. So maybe I should have said it better in the grand scheme of things in terms of overall careers. Okay, LeBron and Kevin Durant got slandered the same. Kevin Durant did get slandered more after he joined the Warriors, because I'm really happy you brought that up, because it was a weak move at the end of the day. I mean, it was.
That's not a quit.
Not a weak move.
Hold on.
That's what I said. Don't let him. That's what I said. Don't let him switch the narrative. Don't let him switch the argument. I already know he about to go someplace. You're gonna be. He already about to go someplace else. Here he go.
Whose fault was it when they lost? Whose fault was it when they lost to the Warriors? Let's keep it a buck. Josh, you want to go first? Whose fault was it when they lost to the Warriors?
Whose fault was it, Josh?
When the Thunder lost.
If we want to do this right now,
whose fault was it?
Answer the question. Hold up, Will. Don't say nothing. Don't.
I won't.
Whose fault was it?
Let me put the mic down.
Whose fault was it, Josh? Keep it up. We know whose fault it was.
Okay.
I know.
I hate this, and I hate that y'all, and I hate that y'all about to try and put this all on. I hope y'all really not trying to put this all on Westbrook. I really hope that's not what you're about to say. I know you're not about to say that.
The numbers right now.
All right. I know you're not about to say Westbrook, bro.
You damn Skippy.
You damn Skippy.
Because you can't. Wow. Who's supposed to be taking the shots at the end of the game? How many games did Russ sell that series?
Man, Tyler, you better talk. Talk.
How many games?
Can I say something?
Please.
Game six, where the Warriors won, right? OKC up 3-2. Can I talk? God.
Just let him finish. Bro, just let him finish. Because I want to hear this. I want to hear this.
Okay.
I want to. Because I know, bro. I've seen the numbers. And
let me, bro. I'm all right. Y'all got it. Y'all run the show the rest of the day. I'm done talking. I'm done.
Oh my God.
Because I'm like, bro, you're not letting me talk. You asked me a question. Let's make you talking.
Finish.
Game 6. 3-2. OKC up. Kevin Durant played 45 minutes, shot 10 for 31 from the field, 1 for 8 from 3.
What did Russ do?
10 for 25, 11 rebounds, 11 assists, 9 rebounds, 28 points. Right?
You said 10 for what? 28?
10 for 25, right?
Okay.
They both didn't play that well, right? But how are you going to sit there and say that's all on Westbrook if KD shot 10 for 31?
Look at the whole series. Don't just look at one game.
But you see, they were up 3. I get that. They were up 3-1. Now it's a 3-2 series.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure this game might have been at OKC. It was a 3-2 series, elimination game for the Warriors. It's a closeout game for them. Kevin Durant, who was at the time, I guess you could say, was about to be in the conversation with Braun, getting there with Braun in terms of, the best player in the league. You do not shoot. You cannot shoot 10 for 31. You cannot shoot 10 for 31.
Context is also important because Clay popped off that game. That's number one.
But Kevin Durant shot 10 for 30.
Yep.
And Kevin Durant shot 10 for 31. How are you not going to say that's not Kevin Durant? How does Kevin Durant does Kevin Durant get any blame up for that?
Yes, he does. I'm 100% with you. Gets blamed. I'm 100% with you. He gets blamed for that. But Tyler didn't ask what happened in Game 6. He asked, why did they lose the series? Why did they lose
up
that
3-1?
I understand what 3-1 is, but 3-1
the whole series stats.
3-1 ultimately comes down to a Game 7. In that Game 7, Kevin Durant is the only one that showed up. You can read me the stats. I know he.
Why didn't he show up in Game 6?
He went 10 for 19.
I'm asking you a question. Why didn't he go up in Game 6?
That's a tough question. But why did nobody show up in a winner go home game, Josh? That's a better question. Why did Kevin Durant?
Series should have been done.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda, right?
Exactly.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. But in a winner go home situation, Kevin Durant hoops. Everybody else around him. Russ takes more shots with him, and it was extremely less inefficient. Kevin Durant went 10 for 19. I think Russ went 7. Russ went 7 for 21.
So
Andre Roberson took about 6 threes that game.
Okay, so what?
Andre Roberson. This is Andre Roberson.
From my understanding.
But everybody wants to put that on Kevin, though.
It's on West. I did not put it on Kevin, but you trying to make it seem like your guys' argument was that they lost that series because of Westbrook. That's your argument. It's not because of Westbrook then.
And you know what?
But they both get the blame.
You know what's hilarious? Hold on, please.
So actually,
I'm happy y'all said that. No. Let me say something. Because you know what's hilarious about all of this is that everybody wants to blame Kevin Durant for what went wrong in that series. I've been telling people for years that it was the fact that Russell thought he was the guy on that team. He thought he was the guy when Kevin was that guy. But Russ had that mentality, ultimately hurt Kevin Durant. Where after 10 years, Kevin Durant said, I can't do it no more, man. I'm him. Kevin Durant's like, I'm him. Russ is not, but he thinks he's that guy. And he's ultimately, let me finish. And he ultimately hurts. So now let's see what's happened. Russ has hopped around, right? He's hopped around. Team to team.
So KD's
let me finish. So somehow, one way or another, Russ ends up on the Lakers. They seem to have no success with Russ. Mm-hmm. No success. Nothing's working right. Offense isn't clicking. Russ's decision-making is questionable and poor, just as it was in OKC. But somehow or another, I didn't really hear Braun getting too much of the blame for the lack of success that they were having in the Lakers. I didn't hear that. You know who they did? They gave it to Russ, though. But when it was on OKC, they gave it to Kevin. And this is the pure example of what I'm saying, that the bar shifts constantly. Bro. As much as you think that the slander and the disrespect and the blame is similar, I really don't think in a lot of situations is as similar. You may be thinking in a whole career scheme, but as of lately, since he's been from OKC to the present, the amount of slander that KD has received compared to Braun is not the same. That is a fact, bro. I don't know what you've been looking at where you think
it can't be the same. It can't be the same because Braun, the reason, and I didn't get to finish this before, actually. I was going to tell you why KD continues to get the slander. He went to his biggest, whatever you want to say, whatever y'all says not a weak move, join the team that beat you 3-1. All right, cool, whatever. Y'all said not cool, whatever, right? Braun went, and I'm going to bring this up. When he lost to the Mavs in 2011, right? Whatever. That was a big thing. He then went and won back-to-back. Still after that, he's on Miami. I don't care what you guys say. People still don't put him the GOAT because of that series, because of the fact that he let JJ Barea put him in a box to this day. And you want to know why Kevin Durant could, and the reason why Braun slander on that kind of dissipated a little bit and went away, even though he's still here, because that man went to the Cavs, beat the greatest team in NBA history record-wise, came back 3-1, beat them. Can't say nothing about that. Goes and joins the Lakers, one of the greatest franchises in history, and wins a series and wins a finals there. So it's like now it's like, damn, all right, man. He went there and he's winning. He has the winning pedigree. Whereas now KD, he's still gonna receive that slander because of the fact that, and granted, he tore his Achilles. That sucked. And I think, like, even though he still is KD, I think that derailed him just slightly. But he's still Kevin Durant. He's still one of the greatest scorers of all time. But regardless,
so.
he left the war. So. You said what?
I said he came back the next year and he averaged 30.
Okay, I still said he's still one of the greatest scorers of all time.
No,
man.
I was just saying, you said it thinking derailed him. I don't think it did, but that's
just slightly. Yeah, just slightly. At the end of the Achilles injuries hurt you just a little bit. He doesn't have that same burst as he did before. But granted, he's getting older, so it happens. At the end of the day, he left the Warriors, the team that, everyone crucified him for. And since he's left the Warriors, what has Kevin Durant done? So all that people can look at when they look at Kevin Durant is the fact, like we were saying with Steph. Well, Steph is kind of getting out of that a little bit because of the fact that he won without KD. So now all the slander, unfortunately, is just going to land on KD because he left that team and hasn't done anything since.
Context, though. And the reason why I also always say context is important because you can't. I hate when people just make the blanket statement. He just can't win anything. Why can't he win anything? Because his foot's too big.
You didn't want to hear that. Why he can't win didn't want to hear that in 2018.
James Harden.
I don't want to. Honestly, Tyler, I'm sorry that you're going through this.
Playing on one leg.
The reason you'll understand why I'm acting the way I'm acting like this right now. You don't know because you don't know the context of everything that's going on in this conversation between me and him. This man, everything that he's telling you and he's harping to you about like what he hates is happening to KD is the same stuff of how he views Braun. In 2018, when they lost, he said it was Braun's fault. When they didn't make the playoffs, Braun's fault. That's all. Everything is Braun's fault. So that's why when you're sitting here telling me, oh, why are they crucifying KD? He doesn't deserve this and that. You don't take that and apply that to LeBron.
Bro,
so all this that you're saying, I don't want to hear that. All this thing you're saying,
I was quick to tell you that the bulk of the reason for the Lakers' lack of success was Russ. I said that when he got shipped there. When he got shipped there, I said it wasn't going to work.
I'm not talking about. I'm just talking about in general. I'm talking about in general with LeBron James. That's how everything. The thing is, I agree with what you're saying. Kevin Durant doesn't blame that, but you're not taking what you're saying now and applying that with LeBron because you crucify him. Honestly, you might be his biggest hater. I'm not gonna lie. You might be the number. You might be number one. You might be top 5. You might be top 5.
Any player, bro.
You might be top 5.
Any player.
So that's why the context.
Yes, to the degree as everybody else.
Context is everything, and I see what you're saying about KD. He doesn't really deserve all that slander. Joined the Warriors, won 2 rings, 2 Finals MVPs. Was the best player clearly on that team. But bro, you don't take that and you do not apply that with LeBron James. If LeBron loses, you on his ass. You can go, Tyler.
I hate when people like say it was weak and that he went to a. It's weird because if you're not winning, why stay? If you're not winning the title, why stay? Second of all, it's not like he went there and averaged 15, 16. He went there and averaged the same. He was averaging in OKC and won 2 Finals MVPs. And I ain't saying it like this, Josh. I ain't saying I don't want to mean because it's the Cavs. He daggered him twice, back-to-back years. So it's not like Curry was out there averaging 40 and KD was just along for the ride. KD was literally the best player. What was it? All 3 years, all 2, whatever the hell, however long it was.
And they would have won. And they would have won the third had he not got hurt.
Yes.
So. You can't. That's why I don't like people saying it's a weak move. Blah blah blah. You go where you're gonna win. Why? Like that. That's just weird to me. You're gonna go where you're gonna win. Like why did AD go to LA? He wants to win. Why did Why did the Bucks get Drew Holiday? Because they got a title.
I agree.
Why did Bron join the Miami Heat? Because
you don't have a right to say none because you're the same one that was saying all this LeBron joined because of the super teams. But that's the Tyler. He's doing this now. You don't know what he really be. That's why you haven't seen me. You haven't seen me get this animated on the pod in a long time because he's gonna sit here and preach about Kevin Durant and how he wants him to be treated and how he feels like the bars. But that bar for Braun for him is like a completely
I only do that. I only do that because this is why.
This
Bro,
is why the
we
way that
all-
honestly, I need to respect Kevin Durant more. He's one of the greatest scorers of all time. But the way that I act, the reason I act like that is because this man will sit here and
Which is funny
crucify
that you
Bron
say
for the
that.
same stuff. You
That's funny
crucify
that
Bron
you
for
say
the
that
same
because
stuff.
that's why I have to shift the bar.
You
I have to shift the
crucify
bar
Bron for the
because
same
KD,
stuff, bro.
Because KD gets the slander.
Bro,
KD gets
you
the slander.
literally said
Bron
that
doesn't-
Austin Reeves was
Bro,
better than
when
LeBron
KD
James the other
wants-
day.
When KD wants to go win,
Come on, bro.
when KD wants to go win, it's a problem. When LeBron wants to join up to go win, it's not a problem. This is why I have it. So
Imagine me saying CP3 the second best player on the Suns behind D-Book.
Obviously, I have at the time I said that, I said on the pod, I felt that Austin Reeves had more of a impact.
You said that after the series where Bron dropped 20 and 20 and had a game winner.
I said that. I made that statement. Because I felt that Austin Reeves was having more impact from the way he played, from how the game seemed to change when he was on the court, the dynamic of the play, the timeliness of his buckets, all of the above. Some of the same things that he displayed in that elimination game beating the Warriors, that was the same stuff that drove me, that he was showing before, that led me to make that claim. That's fine if you don't agree with it. That's opinion. That's not me hating. And I gave reasons as to why I believe that. And it's not like LeBron is going absolutely stupid. I'm not sure if you know his numbers.
Yeah, 30 and he went 10 for 14 in the last game.
People seem to think right now that LeBron is somehow going crazy, like he's off in this crazy stratosphere of numbers right now in the playoffs.
Nobody ever said that.
He's not. No.
Nobody ever said that. Even in media, we've all said that the team goes as far as AD goes. But to say that Austin Reeves is better than Bron is a crazy statement.
Stop. Because after LeBron beat the Grizzlies, you posted on your story that he was the greatest player in the world.
That night he was the greatest player in the world. That boy dropped 20 and 20. And that night. And then I came on the pod, I said that boy.
When you drop 20 and 20, but you shoot 35% from the field with so plus turnovers, then somehow you're the best player in the world. And this is what I'm saying.
Yes.
So then
I'm happy. You just contradicted every single thing you have said, because literally Bron had a great game, 20 and 20. Bron had a great game, dropped 20 and 20, right? And the first thing you brought up was what? His shooting percentage. So when I was over there talking about why I felt like, let's bring everything back full circle. When I was talking about why I felt like Kevin Durant, honestly, D-Book needs to get a little bit off the leash a little bit. But why I felt like Kevin Durant should have got was because of how poorly he was shooting for at least 3 of the games in that series. And you said that two, and you lost.
Wait, time out. What do y'all consider bad shooting percentages though? Like
Josh seems to think that low
40s.
No. Like the percentage, it don't matter how many shots. The percent is. Are we saying like under 40? I'm being so serious. I'm not defending anybody. I'm literally asking a question. What do y'all consider bad shooting percentages?
Because I don't.
12 for 31 is 38%. That's bad for Kevin Durant.
Why are you going towards KD? I just asked a question.
Because that's what we're just talking about. We're talking about his shooting percentage.
Anybody, if like
for under 40%.
Okay, that's all I wanted.
There you go.
It had nothing to do with
because he brought up Bron. He said Bron shot 35%. So whatever, under 40%
is a bad shooting night.
And I just want to bring another. So you said essentially they lost that series because of who? Westbrook. I just want because it's just something I'm just thinking about right now. Because of Westbrook, right? I think
he was a big reason for why they lost. Obviously, like I said, I'm not taking away any blame from KD from bad performances that he had throughout that series. But at the end of the day, I think that Russ, if somebody has to place blame, if we have to place a blame on one thing, on one person, that's who I'm going to give it to. If I have to.
Okay.
We got any other ones? Or y'all going? Because I'm literally, I'm not even being for real. I'm in the middle of y'all arguing about Bron and KD. This is hilarious. Like, I can tell y'all done this multiple times, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Because Josh looks like he's finna jump through the screen and strangle your ass, and vice versa.
You don't be knowing what this man be saying.
I was about to say,
you don't be knowing.
I
had no time.
All right, man. Look, we're done. We go look, bro, because we clearly couldn't even get on anything. Man. I mean, well, let's just end on one last thing. Does Doc Rivers need to go? Tyler, go start. That's it, and then we'll end it today.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he should have had no more coaching jobs after the Clippers thing in the bubble. But that's just me. Y'all seen that picture with the dude with the Gucci book bag and it was tore up? They said they ain't Doc Rivers hanging on in that ring, that 08 ring like that. Because there's no way a ring from back then should still have you in a coach. And that's your only one. It's not like he got like 2 or 3 some in the 90s.
Yeah.
It's his only one. So, and I'm pretty sure any coach would have won with that team probably. But
yeah,
that's just me. I never thought Doc Rivers was an amazing coach, especially all the times he dropped the ball in LA. But like you said, you can't blame the coach for everything, like you said earlier, because a couple of them was BSing too. But at the end of the day, you're like right here, and then the rest of the player, like you got to take some type of blame for that. So
if you had to give a percentage for Doc and Embiid and Harden, what's the percentage for that?
Well, that's different because Embiid. Oh,
you
no,
know
I'm gonna answer. Hold on, Will. Will.
I'm trying to drop this mic.
Hold on.
I'm gonna toss the mic.
I'm gonna answer because Embiid, first of all, he had a couple bad games, and Harden had the backpack when he was hurt. So I'd say you could really go. I don't know about 50-50 but they both played so bad in this closeout game. But I don't know.
If I were you, I'd drop it. I would answer no questions because he's going to take whatever you said and he's going to flip it. He's a master. He's a master, bro. Let me tell you, he's a master at taking something that you say.
Bro, why can't you let him talk? Why do you have to keep talking? Like you don't even let him talk, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. It's different because you can't really like. You're asking who. I don't understand why Book gets like. He should have about 5% of the blame, and the 5% is solely on that game 6. Because we're not gonna act like Devin Booker wasn't.
I was trying to be generous. I was trying to put them both. I didn't really want to just slander KD. I was trying to put them both in it. But you're right. Devin Booker actually should have got less than that.
Book averaged like almost 40. So
you're right. I agree with you.
That's what I'm saying. So when you said Book, I was like,
I was trying to honestly be generous and put them both in the same row.
No,
I was trying to be generous.
KD don't get over 10% in my opinion because
he get about 15.
Shooting,
15,
the way
20.
No. The way they were playing,
if we had a supporting cast, it wouldn't even be the difference. Because the only difference between
all right, we talking about Doc Rivers. We going back to this. My fault. Let's finish Doc Rivers.
Yeah,
Come on.
I say. Ooh, that's tough. You could really go 50-50 because I'm used to Embiid playing like this, and I'm used to Doc Rivers coaching like this, and James Harden playing like this in the playoffs. So
yeah, Harden and Embiid sold in the closeout for sure.
He trying to go back to it. Will.
No,
Yes, you. Josh,
I told you.
I was born at night.
I told you.
Last night. I ain't that damn dumb. Look what
I told you.
So, Will, go.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy?
You just answer the question, bro. We are getting close to an hour and 30. Please.
You know what's crazy? Let me just bring this up real quick. Because you know what's crazy?
We're gonna be here all night, bro.
You know what's crazy is because Tatum is gonna get all the praise in the world for this illustrious 50-point game that he just had. Boy, he put on a clinic. But the last game was an elimination game where he pooped.
And he had 15 in the fourth. And he had 15 in the fourth.
He's not doing it. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Finish, Will. Josh,
let me finish. Let me finish. Because Jason Tatum went 5 for 21, and he had ended with 19 points. 14 of which I think he had all in the fourth quarter, but he had a supporting cast that helped him win that game.
Hold on, Josh.
Absolutely.
Hold on. Go, Will.
If they had
hold on. Go, Will.
If they had lost that game, it would have been another superstar that failed to play well in an elimination game. But let me tell you what, because they had a supporting cast that helped boost him on the night that he had a bad game and they won, then he gets the opportunity to have 50, and now he's being celebrated. That's the difference.
Hold on, Josh. Hold on. You good? You done, Will?
Yes, I'm gone.
Okay, I was having this argument with one of my homeboys the other day. He said Jason Tatum wasn't no dog because he had a bad first 3 quarters. Honestly, I would rather him shoot like that in the first 3 quarters and score like that in the fourth any day of the week. I don't care. As long as you're putting the ball in the basket in the fourth quarter, that's all I give a damn about. So you can't, and we ain't gonna act like Jason Tatum ain't had 60 before. So in the playoffs or whatever, yeah. Didn't he have 60 in the playoffs?
Oh my god, he had 50. His career ended up as like 50 some.
What? When he played the Nets, how many did he have?
He had like 50 some. Because they said it today. It was like 50, like low key. This might be it's like 53, I think.
They said he broke the record for the most points in a game 7. He had 60 in a playoff game. I think so.
I think it was 50.
Somebody please look that up. He either had 60. I swear it was against the Nets. I swear it was 60. I might be tripping though. So, but while you looking that up,
Nets,
I'm gonna keep going. But no, don't. I hate when people say that. I would rather you hoop like that and getting the fourth from you, like, all right, well, and it's not like he wasn't doing nothing else. He was guarding and passing and rebounding. So
Crazy.
what they say? If you ain't shooting,
Notice
you hooping
that.
for it. If you ain't shooting good, do something else. Play defense, pass, all that. So
it was it's his career odds. He had it today, 51. It was 50 before.
Okay, well, I was tripping. I know he had 60 in the regular season game. Then
probably.
But go ahead, Will.
I think it's my turn. I think it's my turn.
I just wanted to make an observation and say,
I just think it's my turn.
Notice that bar again, because had Tatum lost on having that game where he went 5 for 21, Tatum would have had a bad elimination game, and B would have had a bad elimination game.
Yes, but if you watch
Harden would have had a bad elimination game. Debo would have had a bad elimination game, along with KD. Steph Curry would have had a bad elimination game. And
yes,
he made the playoffs. But you know who would have received the most slander out of all of them? Kevin Durant.
No,
what are you talking about now, bro?
I've been with you for 75% of this episode, bro. That was out of pocket.
Bring that back
to
KD.
That didn't have to do
How did you just bring that back, bro? Jason Tatum literally had 16 points in the fourth
with 4 threes.
And the thing was, that game was low key like tied going into the fourth, and that man single-handedly won them that game.
The Sixers should have been embarrassed of having Jason Tatum play that bad, still losing in a closeout game.
KD, there you go.
Josh, don't act like you don't be bringing up Bron too. Y'all do the same
because
thing.
I gotta combat his foolishness. I gotta combat it somehow.
But what they say when you was going up, 2 wrongs don't make a right. Y'all both be doing it. I'm glad I ain't on either side.
I'm just saying. Where's the music?
I'm done. All right, y'all. Appreciate it. Oh yeah, what's up, bro?
Luka or Jason Tatum?
Tatum, they make it to the finals.
No, I just want to know, because I was thinking about that earlier.
Tatum, because Tatum has carried his team to the finals multiple times.
The Eastern Conference Finals.
The finals.
They just went to the finals.
They went once or twice
last year.
I was about to say, hold up, bro.
They went once. You're right.
But, yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about it earlier because I seen it on Twitter, and I was like, that is a great question, because a lot of people. It's one thing that Luka might be better than Tatum at, in my opinion. I'm not gonna lie, but I just want to see.
Man, this episode was crazy, man. An hour 30. All right, let me cue the music.
We gonna mess around. Need a 2-part. Shit.
We could be here till
I'm happy. You know, it's crazy.
It was so many other topics we had to talk about.
And it's crazy. We didn't bring it up. It's crazy. Like, I'm happy your delusion. I'm happy your delusionness popped up in the end. I'm so happy. Like, it just, you couldn't help but hold it. I'm so happy to be able to witness that on you. All right, I'm your host, Josh Raphael. I got my co-host Tyler and Will. I'm sorry, y'all. I know we just kept talking about Bron and KD. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I try not to.
We're gonna talk about something. He delusional.
He needs help, y'all.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Help y'all.
We out, man. Y'all have a good one.